What is going on YouTube? Cloud Envy here, and I want to welcome you to Week 8, the final week in the regular season of the TBU, and we are playing Slyro. Now, this is a really important game. This match basically determines which one of us gets the playoffs. He's 4-3, I'm 3-4, you know. I need to win with a 2-0 or better, or he needs me to win with 1-0 or him to win. I want to start out by apologizing. I know my uploads have been rather late lately. I've had a lot of things going on, but we will get to that later. I figure I'm going to start with Week 8, so the analysts have that to work off of, and then we will catch you up with 5, 6, and 7. Again, I apologize. But let's get into the team real fast. We have a Scarfed Thundies. 0 speed investment on this. Like, none whatsoever. Figure his team is slow enough for us to not run speed investment and still outspeed the majority of it with a Scarf, barring his potential Scarf Thundies. Oh, we both brought Scarf. That's great. We have another Scarfmon in Wigglytuff. Oh, before I do that, Thundies has Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Dark Pulse, and Focus Blast. Wigglytuff has a very good match against his team. Dazzling Gleam, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Fire Blast. Takes out the majority outside of that Uxie. So that's going to be a pain. But again, nice Scarf is nice. We have the competitive boost because I imagine he's going to want to use Wigglytuff to introduce Mawile, giving us the Intimidate as a sort of free switch, considering Mawile can kind of have its way with Wigglytuff. Donphan, Generic, EQ, Rapid Spin, Stones. We have an Auto-Automized Celesteela, one of our potential win cons. Mainly rocking Stone Edge, Flash Cannon, and something else I forgot. I'm trying to beat the timer here. A very bulky Mega Gallade. Very bulky. Sub-Toxic, Drain Punch, and Skill Swap to grab some huge power from the Mawile. And a dual screen Kyurem with Light Clay. So Gallade can do that without dying. But we're going to hop into this. I'm going to start with Thor, the obvious T1 Mon. He's going to go into Izzy. That is the Uxie. Now, I'm expecting him to go for some Stealth Rocks here, so we're going to make another obvious move and go for the Volt Switch. I could have gone for Dark Pulse, didn't really see too much of a reason when I can get some Initiative instead. If he wants to go for Rocks, I can just spin them away, but he sees that, he knows what we're doing. He's going to U-turn on out of there and get some momentum. So, he's going to send in some Cold Schlogger, who drinks it warm, am I right? But that Cryogonal's gonna come in, and I suddenly don't want Donphan to be here anymore. Figure that, right? So we're gonna get one out. And I know Kyurem can take an Ice Beam from this thing, but he actually goes for the hold on, our pressure has to happen. He actually goes to a Freeze Dry, which is a move that I'm very fond of, to be honest. And as you can see, it does a pretty nice amount of damage. He's not Life Orb, which is great because he sends off this powerful Flash Cannon. And for some reason, I just didn't expect that to happen. I went from Flash Cannon, I'm like, oh my god, I don't have a switch to Cryogonal anymore. Like, that takes out a clean amount of damage, but we do get a light screen up, which is great. He's going to go for another Flash Cannon here, and Kyurem is just barely out of killing range. So, without having leftovers, this is going to be a really painful fight for us, especially with that split death drop, so we're just going to go for a Roost. And I don't really want Kyurem to be here anymore either. This Cryogonal is causing a major problem for my team, so we're going to hop up on out. I don't know why I didn't think this thing could get Flash Cannon, but Justimon can handle it. So, Gallade, yeah, Gallade's going to take this half damage Flash Cannon. And, oh my god, the special butt's so good. He's gonna get up one out of there. He does not want his Snowflake to deal with this guy. He's gonna go back to the Uxie, who Mega Gallade just, well, shoutouts to me for forgetting to Mega Evolve. I'm really glad that turn didn't actually matter. Unfortunately, Uxie is the one thing we really can't deal with this. It's also one of the primary reasons for carrying Toxic, to be honest. Because he made a very good prep decision and brought Uxie in the first place. We missed the Toxic, which is unfortunate, and then he goes for the Foul Play, which I completely overlooked when switching into Justimon. I'm not going to deal with that, and so we're going to switch on out. There's no point in me going for the sub to switch trade. And we're going to go into Emily Rose, because another foul play is absolutely coming, and Wigglytuff can eat it easily because it has 0 attack IVs with a minus attack nature. Fun fact, I almost put Hyper Voice on this. And I was like, you know what, no, Dazzling Gleam works a little better because of his Dragonite he has that I forgot already. So, Dazzling Gleam was the only thing we had that could really hurt Yuchi, which kind of put a bind on things, because he is actually going to go into Mawile, seeing that we are Dazzling Gleaming. But luckily he does trigger our competitive boost. So we're now at +1 speed, +2 special attack. However, we're locked into Dazzling Gleam and not Fire Blast, which is really unfortunate because I would love, absolutely love to take out a Mega Mawile with a Wigglytuff. So we go for the Dazzling Gleam here, and again, I'm so upset that I took off Hyper Voice at the last minute. Because unfortunately for my opponent, he does miss the play rough. Our light screen goes down, and we are able to get a second Dazzling Gleam in there. And if that was Hyper Voice, I don't know if it would have killed, but I know it would have at least dealt more damage. He does go for the Fire Fang here. I assume he didn't want to risk play rough missing again because it is 100% kill on Wigglytuff. He does get the burn though, which is not bad at all for him. I knew the Sucker Punch was coming, but at the same time, I didn't want to risk it, have him predict the switch, and take something out with Play Rough. At this point in the battle, I really couldn't afford to lose anything. Like I said, I have to win with a 2 or better here. So we had to suck it up, and Wigglytuff had to drop, which is really unfortunate because it could have put in a lot of work here. He is going to switch into Serena as we go for the Volt Switch there. I figure he might want to keep Mawile around. And worst case scenario, we'll just switch in the Donphan and then back out to something else. We go on to Celesteela, who this thick Serena cannot touch. But he's going to go for that U-turn. Get some dice in my bed tip off. And we clicked Autotomize. I figure I don't really have a whole lot that can deal damage to Serena. And if he wants to go in Volcanion, we will be faster, we can Stone Edge, it'll be about the same as predicting switch anyway. Plus, this will allow us to see whether he's Scarf or Specs. I mean, obviously, we're probably going to go first, depending on his speed investment, but he does go from 5 last year. And seeing that damage, he's most likely Specs. Most likely Specs. It is a roll for Scarf to kill us, but the Specs was a, it was more of a priority in my mind. I should have prioritized Scarf to be balanced, but he's going to switch out of there, go back to the Cold Slaughter to eat up this strong-ass Thunderbolt. And look at this. This thing does not care. As he gets the lefties recovery, and I'm like, oh my god. He's running leftovers on Crowder. Like, I actually can't kill it here. And I cannot afford to let Thunderous take damage, because seeing its damage output is going to be a very strong mon on my team. So we're going to switch out, go into Kyurem. And, this freeze dry is coming in hard, people. It's coming in real hard. Look at that. I need to keep Kyurem mediated. Because if that is a Specs Volcanion, I want to make sure we have Light Screen up at all times. But he's going to go for that Flash Cannon. I figured the best bet was for us to go for a Roost here. Just to, you know, keep our life at a real point. I don't want to go for the Light Screen and then have Kyurem die immediately. This Kyurem has no speed investment. The amount of things it will outspeed is virtually none. So I'd get the Light Screen up and then it would literally just be a sacrifice. So I wanted to get our HP high enough to a point we could afford the Light Screen and then live another Flash Cannon. But at this point, I don't want to do the back and forth. It's so grueling, and I feel like our health was high enough to switch into another Freeze Dry in the future. So I figure a Flash Cannon is the obvious play. I'm just going to switch into Justimon here. So he's actually going to switch out as well, which I don't blame him. Again, the back and forth was terrible. He's going to go into Serena. Excuse me. Because we're going to go into Justimon. And I know we're not outspeeding this thing. We have no speed investment. He probably has a good amount. As he goes for that Trap Kick, which does a horrible amount. Oh my god, that did so much damage. I'm telling you, I really underestimate this thing. We do go for the Drain Punch. I'm really happy we didn't try to sub there, because that would have been super unfortunate in so many different ways. But I cannot take a Drop Kick. Again, we need to try to conserve as many mounts as possible, and it's bad enough that I'm already a very reckless player. So we're going to go back to the Thundy. He's going to go for that Drop Kick, and it's still, that's not a bad amount of damage. You know, like, it's resisted, but it still did a good, what, 20-25%-ish? But he's going to switch on out of there, as we're just going to go for a hard-ass Thunderbolt here. It does a nice amount to Serena, especially with its already low-ish health. He switches into Cryogonal, who is going to put himself into a 2-hit KO range, which is absolutely beautiful, because I am running out of switch-ins for this thing. Our best one is Kyurem, who takes a good half from a Flash Cannon. So seeing this Snowflake drop has just been nothing but pleasing. Nothing but pleasing. He's going to go into Fred the Mawile, and this is where our max HP really comes into play, because we can survive that Sucker Punch with about 44 hit points left and take the Mega Mawile out, which really helps me out because I was afraid of that thing. I was not happy with Mega Mawile at all existing. So his Thundy comes in, and I know for a fact I'm not going to hit. And I don't want it to end up going for an Icy Wind or a Hidden Power Ice, because at this point in the game, Thundurus is a key player. I need it alive. But he does reveal the Flash Cannon. And look at this damage. Oh my god, that's nutty. Kyurem survives on 2 hit points. And at this rate, there's literally no reason to switch out. Kyurem just has to drop. I need damage on this Thundurus. And I was really just hoping that this thing wasn't scarfed. I was praying it wasn't scarfed, because there really wouldn't be much of a reason for him to do that. So we're going to go for a Volt Switch, really just to get damage off. I want to put him into range to die from either a Volt Switch or a Thunderbolt, whichever one Thundy wants to go for. And we're going to go into Donphan here. And this, oh my god, this Flash Cannon. Look at this mess. Ugh. That was awful. Now this is a roll. I believe it's a roll on whether Donphan can survive or not. And I really wanted to go for the knockoff, but I felt like it was better long term to go for Stealth Rocks here. Specifically because of Yuxi and Serena, I don't know their investment. I don't know if Thundurus can take them out with Thunderbolts or not. So I want to get that chip damage just to really try to get that extra amount in. So we went for the Stealth Rock there as Volcanion comes in, and Donphan is absolutely going down. There's no argument here. It came in, it threw some support out there, and then it fell. It did what it was supposed to do for a long, in the long run. So Thundurus is going to come out now, and I'm praying at this point. Like, this is our last hope. We have to click Thunderbolt 4 times and hope each one is a kill. So Volcanion luckily goes down, and that's 1 down. Serena's coming out, going to take some Stealth Rock damage. And unless he's Assault Vested, I'm pretty sure this was a straight kill. Again, I had no idea what his set was with the Serena. I saw a Drop Kick and U-turn, that was about it. But Serena luckily goes down as well. And then, oh, he goes into the Kaminari, the Thundurus, the Nemesis, which is going to take a nice amount of damage from these rocks, as Thundy is going to click another T-Bolt and wipe this thing out. And now, it just comes down to the last mon. If we can't kill this Yuxi, that's game. Like, that's it. Gallade can't handle Yuxi. Even after the rocks damage. Maybe after a Thunderbolt, a Drain Punch could do it if we brought him down to like 1 hit point. But we're going to go for Thunderbolt. We're going to pray the hardest we can to the Pokemon Gods, to Arceus, and we do it. Yuxi goes down, and we win with the clean 2-0, the exact amount we needed. And that match was absolutely terrifying. It was so scary. He did divulge to us afterwards that his Thundurus was actually Specs, which, if I had calced, I might have known that. But alas, I didn't. I had this tendency, once it gets heated, to just cease my calcing. Which leads you to believe that there's a chance Donphan may not have survived. And if Donphan didn't survive, I'm not so sure if Thunderbolt would have killed Serena and Yuxi. So, Really lucky for us. Oh god, Sly played such a great game. I follow him regularly in the PPL. I have been for a while. Really enjoy him as a person. Really enjoy him as a battler. And I'm so happy that we got to have a battle this close and this intense, especially the final week of the regular season. But your boy made playoffs. We went from 1-7 to 4-4 with a playoff spot, and I am so happy because we changed it up this season. We really did. We put in effort. Yeah. So at least most of the time we put in effort. But it paid off. It really did. We're going into the playoffs. I'm hoping this is the season. This is the league that we break the curse, because not one time have we ever made it past week 1 playoffs. Ever. So I'm really hoping this is it, guys. Stay tuned. We are going to be skipping a week to get prepped up and get caught up with videos, i.e. me, because I'm a slacker and I have the busiest goddamn life in the world. Life was not this busy when I signed up, I promise. But until round 1 of playoffs, I actually don't know who I'm playing yet. I'm honestly hoping I hope I get to fight Trev again, because, again, I'm going to be uploading the video. Spoilers, he deserves a much better match than what I was able to give him at the time. Anyway, that's going to be it for me, guys. I will see you next time, but until then, stay frosty.